All right, what up everyone? Welcome back. It's Matt with Urban Surf here, and thank you for watching our videos. We heard you in the last comments, so that's why today we are breaking down wetsuit gloves. Anywhere from cold water surfing out at the coast or kiteboarding inland waters, we've got you covered. So today we are going to take a look at some of the top models and brands, what we like here at Urban Surf, and figure out which one's going to be right for you. All right, so same story as we went through with the wetsuits, and if you did not get a chance to look at that video, we'll put the link in the description below so you can check that one out to figure out wetsuit technology. But we talk a lot about stitching, glues, liners. I mean, it's all the same story here when you're looking at gloves. Now for us, typically what we like to see, usually a 3 mil glove is going to get you through the winter, but we do have options in the 1.5 and 2 mil, and then all the way up to the 5 mil as well. Every now and then you will see a 7 mil out there in a mitt, but that's a lot of glove. So let's start on the 1.5 side of things. We've got the O'Neill Psychotech here. They did a great job with this glove using their Techno Butter outer and their Techno Butter firewall on the inside here. Now, this is a glued and blind stitched glove with the fluid seam weld on the outside. Super light and stretchy. I mean, I think that's one of the things that the Techno Butter has been known for, is how light and stretchy it is. It also does not retain as much water overall. So for a 1.5, these are just going to go above and beyond for that lightweight and stretchy feel. Another call out that I like with these guys that Xcel has done a lot in the past as well, but they've closed off the cuff quite a bit. So it's just a lot less water that's going to be getting inside the glove. And if you've had water get inside your glove, you know it's not a good time at all. Right next to that, new for us this year, we've got the Xcel Comp X. They put their Channel Flex liner on the outside of this one here. This is also the same thing, so glued and blind stitch with a fluid seam weld on the outside. Now, on the inside of this is the super popular TDC. So this is a thermo-dry salient. This is a liner that for us has probably done the best job at heat retention. So for a 2 mil, not only is this light and stretchy, but it's also going to be super warm. And I would say probably a little bit warmer than the 1.5 Psychotech here. Water temps for these gloves are going to be mid 50s to maybe low 60s. Unless you're an experienced person in the water and you know what you like or you run warmer, that's going to be for slightly warmer conditions. Now, we're going to jump into the 3 mil gloves. We've got the flash bombs up to the dry locks. Now, for me, price comes into play here, and that's why I really like the Rip Curl Flashbombs. These guys did a great job keeping the price down at $54.95 for a really nice 3 mil glove. Now on the flash bombs, you can see on the inside of the glove here, they've got their flash liner through the palm and into the fingers. That's going to be your 3 mil portion. And then when you get into the wrist, it actually goes down to a 2 mil, which is nice. So especially on the wetsuit overlap area, it's just not quite as bulky in that section. You can also see, but they've actually incorporated a gasket right at that wrist here to try to keep as much water out of the suit as possible. So for 55 bucks, that's a great glove right there. Now jumping up from there, this gets into your $69 price range. This is the Xcel Infinity. This is a glove that we've had in our rental fleet for a long time, and the rentals, take some abuse. Well, these gloves have held up just fine. They do a perforated liner on the outside here, so it doesn't retain quite as much water. And then they got their Thermolite infrared liner on the inside. So a decent amount of heat retention, but then also some great durability for $69. Really good fit too, actually. One of the big call outs on this glove is it does come up quite a bit further on your wrist, so it has really great overlap with your wetsuit. Now moving up to probably one of our more popular gloves. I mean, O'Neill does a great job with just about everything, but this is the O'Neill Psychotech. Now the Psychotech has always been a line for them where it's got the best of heat, retention, flexibility, and durability. pretty much the same as the 1.5 that we looked at over today, but we've got single lined on the outside. So these are going to be a little bit warmer, especially in those windy conditions. But man, what a great feel to this for a 3 mil. It probably has the most flexibility of the gloves that we have in front of us here. Same call out here, that cuff is going to be a little bit tighter, keeping water out of there. From there, we jump up to the Xcel Dry Lock. So the Xcel Dry Lock is a glove for us that in the 3 mil category is probably going to be the warmest. Now I kind of mentioned this a little bit earlier with that Comp X 2 mil, but Xcel has always done a great job with their liners. The liner that they put in the inside of this glove here is going to be Salient Black, which is definitely the warmest liner on the market, and it shows. I mean, these are some really warm gloves. You do lose a little bit of flexibility with that, so that's where the Psychotech is going to have that more flexible option. But for warmth and durability, the Dry Locks have it going on in a 3 mil. I like that. And then if your hands get really cold, we have jumped up to the 5 mil Lobster Claw. So this is also a Dry Lock, so it's going to have that same liner on the inside, the Salient Black. Again, with the closed off cuff, trying to keep as much water out as possible there. But we decided to go with this in the Lobster Claw because, one, trying to keep your fingers as close together as possible. So just like wearing a pair of mittens when you're snowboarding or skiing, it's going to keep your fingers a lot warmer. That's going to be one call out. But then for a 5-finger 5 mil glove, it's a lot of material in between each finger. So it ends up being quite a bit tighter overall, and it's a little uncomfortable without as much flexibility overall. So the Lobster Claw allows for that dexterity and a little bit more of that flexibility without having any uncomfortable feeling. So that is a great glove right there. Both of the Dry Locks here, the 3 mil and the 5 mil, these are going to have that single skin outer, which is going to be warmer, especially in those windier conditions. All right, so in front of us here, this is for your wind enthusiast or for your paddleboarder out there. These gloves we get from Glacier Outdoors. The Glacier gloves are going to be kind of designed more for just like anything outdoors, fishing, hiking, cycling. That's where we originally found these Glacier gloves. They call the Perfect Curve. These actually have a pre-curve built into them so that when you're holding on to something, you're not getting as much forearm fatigue. So that's kiting, winging, paddling. I mean, you're holding on to a boom or a bar or a paddle the whole time. And I can guarantee you, if you were to wear a traditional surf glove that fit you nice and tight, your forearms are going to be pretty fatigued after even just a couple of minutes. So the pre-curve is a great way to go. Now, what Glacier glove does is they actually build this in a 2 mil with a fleece liner with that pre-curve built in. It's not supposed to be a tight-fitting glove. This is supposed to be somewhat loose-fitting. And these do run pretty big, so I would say if you wear a size large in a glove, you should definitely go into a medium of the Glacier Glove Perfect Curve. Now, the Glacier Glove Perfect Curve, it does have a little bit of bulk to it, I will say. So if you wanted to slim it down a little bit, same thing in the 2 mil here. So this is the Kanai. The Kanai is a 2 mil, and it's more of this like textured shark skin, they call it, I think. And it does not have a liner, a fleece liner on the inside. So it's quite a bit lighter. It has great flexibility to it. It's not pre-curved, but it still does pretty well when you're holding on to something, and it has amazing grip to it. So the Kanai is definitely a good glove there. And then if you were to combine kind of the best of both worlds of that glove, you get the Ice Bay. Now the Ice Bay has that fleece liner on the inside of it. No pre-curve built into it, but again, good flexibility with that shark-like skin, shark skin outer. And no strap, so easy on and off if that's something that you're needing. So again, for those wind enthusiasts, you're gonna have these Glacier gloves. Big call out is that they're all in this smooth skin or shark skin material, which is gonna block the wind almost 100%. So that's why no fingertip chills on these. This is the way to go if you're in the wind. All right, so that is a quick overview of what is out there in the wetsuit glove world. From kiting and wind sports up to surfing, the coldest of waters in your 5 mil Lobster Claw. The most important thing here that you're gonna wanna look out for is the fit. So make sure you head down to Urban Surf and try them on. Give us a call if you're not sure. And if you like the content that you're seeing, make sure to like and subscribe. We are here for you and we wanna hear from you, so leave some comments as well. And we'll check you next time.